In this video, we're going to talk about Sam Altman, who has hinted that OpenAI is very close to launching the new version of ChatGPT, the well-known GPT-5. He gave more details about when this is going to happen, and something surprising, he mentioned that there might even be free access. We're going to analyze all of this in this video, but first, leave a comment below. What's your favorite artificial intelligence and what do you use it for? Oh, I use ChatGPT to create scripts. Oh, I use Gemini to create videos using VO3. Oh, I use Grok to have a more honest conversation. Leave a comment below. I want to know. Today, I brought in an American expert. We're going to comment on and react to his video, and I'll share my opinion because on my 12 YouTube channels, I use artificial intelligence on all of them. I'll give more details about what I specifically use ChatGPT for. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go!
About GPT-5 and why it's about to change everything. This is the biggest AI launch in history and it's coming this summer. You'll get it for free and it will be 10 times smarter than anything we've seen before. No more confusing model names. No more choosing which AI to use. Just one super intelligent AI that does everything better than any human, and I'll show you exactly when you'll be able to put it into practice. Hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Gold, CEO of the SEO agency Gold Agency. While he helps clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. Julian Gold reads all the comments, so be sure to comment below. So, GPT-5 final?
Okay, let's pause here. Let's pause right here. You notice he's a clone, right? He's a clone, and I'm the official representative here at HEYGEN. In my videos, I use my own clone. In some of my videos here on this channel, you don't even realize it's not actually me, and I also use avatars that aren't my clones. These are extremely realistic people who present the videos. And also recently, to monetize my 10th channel out of the 12 that I have 12 channels, 10 of them monetized. I have channels in Portuguese, English, Spanish, and German. And this 10th channel, which I've already shown, I made a video about it here. On this channel is an entertainment channel where avatars of characters like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, from movies and series, Superman, Batman, they deliver the news for me while I'm traveling, while I'm tired, or, on vacation. These avatars present the content for me. If you want to know more about this, I'll first, of course, leave the link to HEYGEN here. And later on, I'll tell you how to have a channel using avatars, which isn't even the topic here, right? But anyway, right? We'll get into that topic later.
It's happening. And when I tell you what Sam Altman just announced, you're gonna go crazy. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever been confused about which ChatGPT model to use? GPT-4, GPT-40, O1, O3? It's a mess, right? Well, that's about to end forever. Sam Altman just appeared on OpenAI's new podcast and revealed the biggest news of the year. GPT-5 will arrive this summer and it will be completely free for everyone. But here's the crazy part. It's not just another model. It will replace everything, all the confusion. All the different models will be gone. One AI to rule them all. Now,
what's going to happen? Actually, all these models that create a lot of confusion, they're going to be like each model is an agent. So GPT-4 will be an agent. Codex, which is more for programming, will be another model. Then another model that's good with images, like the image creator, will be another model. And then depending on what you ask it, there will be a higher intelligence here, a chief agent, so to speak. And then based on what you ask, it will delegate the task to another agent that's under it. It's a kind of hierarchy, like a company. You ask for something, and there will be a boss who manages all the other employees. And depending on what you request, they'll find the best employee, the best agent to do that for you. In other words, it's wonderful. Just that alone would be worth a new version.
Now, before I tell you exactly when you'll be able to get it, let me share something that's going to impress you. Sam Altman asked a room full of smart people how many of them thought they were smarter than GPT-4. A few hands went up. He asked, how many will be smarter than GPT-5? Almost no hands were raised. Even Sam Altman said he doesn't think he'll be smarter than GPT-5, and he's the guy who developed it. So what makes GPT-5 so special? Why is everyone calling these the greatest AI breakthrough of all time? Here's what Sam Altman revealed.
There are people calling GPT-5 AGI, right? Which is artificial general intelligence that's supposed to be smarter than humans in every area. I believe it's almost there, right? But anyway, let's move on. Share your opinion in the comments below.
GPT-5 isn't just a model. It's a complete system that combines everything OpenAI has built so far. You get the natural language skills of GPT-4, the insane reasoning power of O3, and a bunch of new features we've never seen before. But here's the part that got me excited. You know how right now you have to choose which model to use? That's over. GPT-5 will automatically know what you need and give you the best answer every time. No more model selector. No more confusion. Just ask and get the perfect answer. Sam Altman said they hate the model selector as much as we do. Finally, someone gets it. Now, let's talk about when you'll actually be able to use this thing. Sam Altman confirmed that it will probably arrive sometime this summer. That means we're looking at July, August, or September of 2025. But here's something interesting. He said they have internal benchmarks that GPT-5 has to meet before they release it. If it doesn't meet those standards, they won't ship it. That tells me they're being super careful because they know this is going to be huge. And speaking of huge, let me talk about the free access situation. This is where it gets really good. Everyone gets unlimited access to GPT-5 for free. That's right, completely free. No catch, no limit.
All right, here we go. The first thing you should do is this. He mentioned around July, August, or September, depending on when you're watching this video. Sometimes it's already July or already August, I don't know. What do you need to do? You need to learn how to use these artificial intelligences either to make money or to boost your productivity. When you improve your productivity, it means you'll do more, do it better, and in less time. In other words, it will end up translating into money. But if you're creating images, making videos, developing apps, or building games, but you don't know how to take that and turn it into money, if you're interested, we've recently launched the channel membership club here. You can become a level 1 member where I'll send you videos in advance and reply to your comments with priority. But if you're a level 2 member, in addition to all that, you'll get exclusive, never before seen videos made, especially for level 2 members. And on top of that, you can make a post in our community. You can upload an image, make a post. Anyone subscribed can do that. But if you're a level 2 member, I'll reply with my personal opinion. You can ask whatever you want, which AI I'm using to make money, which AI I recommend for your project, anything at all. Oh, a video ads, my opinion about a certain video. Anything you want to ask, if you're a level 2 member, I'll answer you with priority. So take a look down below. There's a join button, become a member of the channel to help me keep this project going and of course, to enjoy the benefits as well. Let's go.
They just unlimited access to the most powerful AI ever created. But if you want the premium experience, ChatGPT Plus and Pro users will have access to higher levels of intelligence. Think of it like having a sports car instead of a race car. Both are fast, but one is built for speed. Now, here's something Sam Altman revealed that most of the...
What he's talking about here with the free version is that actually all versions of ChatGPT have had, well, free versions. What changes is how many times and for how long you can use it. So deep search, you can use it for free a few times. I'm going to generate images and videos a few times. I'm going to talk to the AI by voice or video. Then you have a set amount of time. With the free version, it's much less. And with the paid version, right? There's the $20 version and the $200 version. And obviously those have higher limits, right? What they're saying, which I've already mentioned on this channel, is that there will be an open source version that you can download to your computer to use. But let's take it step by step, okay?
What people haven't realized is that GPT-5 goes beyond intelligence. It's about being more useful. He talked about how AI will soon be able to compress 10 years of scientific progress into 1 year. Imagine curing diseases, solving climate change, and making groundbreaking discoveries at the speed of light. But what does that mean for ordinary people like us? This means that GPT-5 will be like having a super brilliant assistant who never gets tired, never makes mistakes, and can help you with literally anything. Want to start a business? GPT-5 will create your business plan, marketing strategy, and help you execute everything. Need to learn a new skill? GPT-5 will be your personal tutor, adapting exactly to the way you learn best. Got a complex problem at work? GPT-5 will analyze it and give you step-by-step solutions. The possibilities are endless. But here's what really caught my attention. Sam Altman said that GPT-5 will have advanced memory capabilities. This means it will remember everything about you and get smarter the more you use it.
That's really important. ChatGPT is one of the few, well, intelligent ones, right? AIs that have memory. So it's right there, you know, you're using it and it remembers the context from days ago, weeks ago, even months ago, depending on how much you use it. So, for example, if you truly want to use it, like I personally do as my dedicated physical fitness coach, right? I meticulously enter precisely how much distance I ran during the entire week and also how much distance I ran in the entire month. So obviously, after a year, though, it hasn't even been a year yet that I've been using it for this, it will already remember my performance from the previous year. It remembers which foods I've been eating. It remembers which exercises I've been doing. It remembers which ingredients or substances I've used. For example, I'm allergic in the case of a medication or something like that. So this is really important because imagine in some time we're not there yet, but if it manages to remember like practically infinitely, it will keep track of your life. So you're there at 10 years old, 15, 20, 30, 50, 80, and it keeps getting to know you, and it will be the one that knows you best. It's interesting because when you go to make a decision, whether personal or professional, it will know you better and you'll be able to talk to it. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? Then it says, well, Rodrigo, you wouldn't make that decision. Maybe you're a bit anxious. If you think it over a bit more, maybe you wouldn't decide that way. You don't want to like just relax, maybe go catch a movie and then think it over. Let's talk. So sometimes you're about to make an impulsive decision and it ends up helping you because it knows you better. Or, for example, if you're angry, you might make a decision. He says, Rodrigo, you're kind of, off balance. You're angry. Don't make that decision now in the heat of the moment, So it will help you, but it needs to remember, right? Nowadays, after a while, it doesn't remember anymore as your conversation gets older. If it had more memory, I believe that in the future, there will be AIs that will accompany you your whole life. Like the one we always talk about, Tony Stark's Jarvis, right? Anyway, what do you think? Would you like to have a virtual companion that would know you like your whole life? Leave a comment below. I want to know.
Imagine an AI that knows your preferences, your goals, your work style, and your personality. Each conversation builds on the previous one, making it more useful over time. It's like having a personal assistant who's worked with you for years, except this one has access to all human knowledge. Now let's talk about the technical improvements. Early testers find GPT-5 much better than GPT-4. That's really important because GPT-4 was already amazing. We're talking about major improvements in reasoning and logic. GPT-5 solves complex problems like a PhD-level researcher. In programming, it writes, debugs, and optimizes code better than almost any programmer. Creative tasks from writing to art and music will be handled with top-tier multimodal capabilities.
Yeah, the main concern people have is like it already creates images in an incredible way. So artists are worried, but the ones who are, let's say, more intelligent, they use it as a tool, right? But people end up panicking. It's the same thing for video creators and for people who write, since ChatGPT is also getting better and better at writing. What's still missing, which has already been announced a while ago, is the voice and music aspect, right? Voice generation, which I've already seen tests and leaks of, it really does generate. In fact, right here in HEYGEN, you can clone voices. And these voices use technology both from ELEVENLABS, which is the best, and also from OpenAI. So you can see there, it's written right below the voice you generated, depending on the tool you use, it shows OpenAI there. So what's missing, right, and will come in the near future, is the ability to generate voices and also generate sound effects, music, and so on, like Suno does. And also, when you generate music, artists are already concerned since both the vocals and the melody, the musical instruments, are fantastic. When ChatGPT gets to that point, it already has OpenAI's video generator, which is Sora. Then it will be able to compete head-to-head with VA3, which I've already talked about more than 10 times on the channel, which is Google's video generator. Besides being extremely realistic and capable, it has added dialogues and sound effects. So you can create a video where the characters speak, there's lip sync, and all the sound effects like cars, rain, and so on are included. So OpenAI is on the path to building this complete ecosystem with GPT-5, as I mentioned, acting as a sort of boss that will direct which agent is best for each function. In other words, it's wonderful.
Images, audio, and potentially video, all in one system. Long-term memory. It remembers the context in conversations and sessions. Emotional intelligence. Better understanding of human emotions and social cues. But here's something that Sam Altman mentioned that really stuck with me. He said, we are reaching the end of the current mountain with GPT-5. What does that mean? It means that GPT-5 could be the last traditional language model before we move on to true general artificial intelligence. This isn't just another update. This is the foundation for everything that comes next, and the timing couldn't be better. While other companies are struggling to keep up, OpenAI is about to make a leap of years, maybe even decades. Google, Microsoft, and Meta will be trying to catch up for a long time. But what I find most interesting about all this is the following. Sam Altman was very careful in managing expectations. He said they don't know exactly when GPT-5 will be released, because it depends on meeting their internal standards. That tells me they're not rushing the release. They want to make sure it's perfect before putting it out.
Yeah, that's kind of the, let's say, the usual talk, because what happens, all right, they're following their process, they're running tests, but when a competing model comes out and surpasses them, then they speed things up, right? That's the story of competition. Gemini is now at 2.5 Pro, which is from Google, and it actually started off a bit late. It even had a different name. It was Google Bard, if you remember, comment below. And in the end, it was a flop. But today, Google is right there, if not first, always among the top 3, along with ChatGPT, Anthropic's Claude, and Google itself. They're always there, like first, second, and third. And I'm really enjoying Gemini. I'm creating videos, scripts, and texts with it. My 2 favorites are right there, ChatGPT and Google Solution, which also creates images through Imagen 4, which is fantastic.
In everyone's hands. And honestly, that makes me even more excited. When you're dealing with such a powerful technology, you want the team to be cautious. Now, let's talk about what this means for businesses and entrepreneurs. If you're not preparing for GPT-5, you're already behind. Think about that. Your competitors will have access to an AI that can do the work of entire teams. Market research, content creation, customer service, data analysis, strategic planning, all of that automated and optimized. The companies that adapt quickly will dominate. Those that don't will struggle to survive, but...
So basically, folks, to wrap up, there's a tool that OpenAI hasn't released in all countries yet called Operator, which is basically a competitor to Manus. AI, these are agents you can create, but they're more personalized, more complex agents where I can enter a text prompt and say something like, create a website, create a game, create a presentation, create an app. And as it evolves, for example, I see an app there and I say, look, improve this button, add this feature, or do a search for a trip to Europe on these dates up to a certain price, or search for a laptop I want to buy up to this price, more or less with this graphics card, with this graphic capability, with this amount of RAM. And it does the search as if it were an employee. You ask to do something while you go to the gym, come back, and then you manage it, requesting changes so it keeps improving. This already exists. It's being improved and it's being gradually rolled out worldwide. Probably they might release all of this with GPT-5, or maybe they'll release it before or after GPT-5. What matters is that by the end of this year, everything will be released and you need to be prepared for that, all right? I'll leave some recommendations here about this topic, OpenAI, ChatGPT, GPT-5, and so on. Stay with me here. And if you want to become a channel member, any level is important, but level 2, for sure, you'll really enjoy. Become a member down below, okay? That's it. I'll see you in those recommendations. See you soon.